One sunny Saturday, my family and I decided to visit an animal shelter. We wanted to see if there were any furry friends looking for a loving home. We arrived at the shelter, and I could hear barking and meowing as soon as we walked in. It was a place filled with animals of all shapes and sizes. The first animals we saw were dogs. There were big dogs and small dogs, and they wagged their tails when they saw us. I asked the shelter worker if we could pet the dogs, and she said, "Of course." We spent some time playing with the friendly dogs, and it made my heart happy. Next, we went to the cat area. There were cats of different colors and patterns. Some were napping, while others were stretching and purring. I gently petted a fluffy orange cat, and it purred loudly. Cats are so soft, and I liked how they curled up in cozy corners. Then, we walked to the small animal section. There were rabbits, guinea pigs, and even some chirping birds. I was amazed by the variety of animals. One rabbit hopped over to us, and I gave it a carrot. Its soft fur felt like a cloud, and I giggled as it nibbled the carrot. As we continued our tour, we saw a room filled with kittens. They were tiny and playful, chasing colorful toys and each other. I knelt down to play with the kittens, and one of them pounced on a feather toy. It was the cutest thing I had ever seen. In another room, we found older cats who needed extra love. They may not have been as playful as the kittens, but they were just as sweet. One of the older cats curled up in my lap, and I stroked its fur. It seemed grateful for the attention. The shelter worker told us about the animals' stories. Some had been abandoned, and others had been rescued from difficult situations. My heart went out to these animals, and I wanted to help them find forever homes. We also learned about the importance of adopting from shelters rather than buying pets from stores. It was a way to give animals a second chance. Before leaving, we visited the dogs again. One particular dog caught my eye. It was a brown and white dog with floppy ears. The shelter worker said the dog's name was Buddy and that he was looking for a family to adopt him. I looked at my parents and asked, "Can we adopt Buddy?" They smiled and said, "Yes, we can." My heart leaped with joy. Buddy was going to be a part of our family, and I couldn't wait to take him home. We filled out the adoption papers, and Buddy jumped around happily. It was the happiest day of my life. As we left the animal shelter with Buddy by our side, I knew we had made a difference in his life and the lives of many other animals. I felt grateful for the opportunity to visit the shelter and give a loving home to a furry friend in need. And that's the story of our visit to an animal shelter, a day when we discovered the joy of adopting a pet and giving them a loving home, where they would be part of our family and cherished forever.